Hi children, this is Krishna Shastri, IIT Maths teacher. So far we have completed the Understanding Elementary Shapes chapter from our NCERT textbook, CBSE textbook. Next we are discussing the polygons concept from our IIT textbook. In the IIT textbook, volume 1, in volume 1, we have concept 2.2. In the geometry, we have concept 2.2 as polygons. From the page number 71, we are discussing. So that we will discuss now. Okay, in that polygon, already we completed that. What is a polygon? Polygon is nothing but a simple closed figure. A simple closed figure bounded by line segments is called a polygon. So for those, if we are taking the examples, a triangle we can say with 3 sides, a quadrilateral we can say with 4 sides, a pentagon we can have, or a hexagon, so with the 6 sides. All these are examples for the polygon. Here, whenever we are discussing a polygon, based on the number of sides, a polygon will have different name like triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, like that. So here in the polygon, here we will have the 2 types of polygons. Those are concave polygons and convex polygons. Already you would have get this words in the physics: concave lens and convex lens. Concave lens and convex lens. What is convex and what is concave? Say a polygon, we are discussing for the convex polygons. Convex polygon. Say whenever we are saying a convex polygon or concave polygon, depending upon the sides or angles of the polygon, we will say. Say for example, convex polygon, if we are saying, I am taking a hexagon here. See here, if you observe, each and every angle of the polygon, will be less than 180 degrees. Will be less than 180 degrees. Then those type of polygons are called as the convex polygons. Okay. Each angle of a polygon is less than 180 degrees. Whatever it may be, angle. But angle measure must be less than 180 degrees. Those type of polygons are called as the convex polygons. Then what are concave polygons? Concave polygon. See, the same I am drawing the figure. One, two, three, four, 5. Here 5 sides we have. So now I am taking this with the 6 sides. Same. This one also will called as a hexagon. Here also hexagon. Here also hexagon with the 6 sides. Say, if you observe this angle we can say as the less than 180 degrees. This angle also we can say as less than 180. This also less than, this also less than, this also less than. But coming to this particular point here, if you see this, it will be greater than 180 degrees. It will be greater than 180 degrees. Then these type of polygons are called as the concave polygons. Okay, concave polygons and convex polygons. So here this is the example. One more example we can consider. One more type of definition also will be given to the convex and concave. If you draw the diagonals to this convex polygon, draw the diagonals for the convex polygon. See, from this we will get the diagonals like this 3, and if you draw from here we will get like this, and from here we will get like this. Okay, next we will get the, so now we got all the diagonals of this figure. If you observe, each and every diagonal of the figure is inside the polygon. It is not crossing, it is not coming out of the polygon. So then these type of polygons are called as the convex polygons. How we will get the diagonal? If you join the non-adjacent vertices, we will get the diagonals. See now for this diagonal, if I am drawing the diagonals, see from this vertex I am taking. So non-adjacent vertices. So this is the adjacent and this is also adjacent. So non-adjacent we need to join means from here to here and from here to here and next from here to here I need to join. Then these are the diagonals we got. Diagonal 1, 2, 3. If you observe the third diagonal, the diagonal is out of the polygon, outside of the polygon. So it is not interior, it is exterior of the polygon. So whenever a diagonal if we get in the exterior of the polygon, then those type of polygons are called as the concave polygons. Okay, convex polygon in the sense all the diagonals will be inside the interior of the polygon, and to the concave polygons the diagonals will be outside of the polygon, that is exterior of the polygon. And in the convex polygons all angle will be less than 180 degrees, that means less than straight angle. And in the concave polygon at least one angle will be more than 180 degrees, that can be said as the reflex angle. So if one angle is also more than 180 degrees in a polygon, those type of polygons are called as the concave polygons. And if all angles are less than 180 degrees, those polygons are called as the convex polygons. Okay, I hope you all understood what the concave and convex. Okay, next we have the properties of a triangle. Next we are discussing that properties of triangles. Already we know that what is a triangle, and if for example I am taking a triangle here, see this triangle naming as A, B, C. Whatever the type of triangle it may be, either it may be scalene triangle, isosceles triangle, or equilateral triangle, whatever it is, we are discussing triangle ABC. In that, first point is, in this we know that angles we will call as the angle A, angle B and angle C. Sides we can name as side AB, side BC and side CA, and vertices we can say as A, B, C. So these are components of the triangle. Here based on these components or using these components, we will say the properties of triangles. The first one is sum of all angles of triangle is 180 degrees. It is the very important one, already we know. So by that we can say angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. So this one already we know that. Based on this we completed the problems also. Second one, very important one, we need to remember. Sum of any two sides of a triangle, sum of any two sides of the triangle will be greater than to the third side. These properties already we have in the page number 74 of our IIT volume 1 textbook. In the page number 74 we have. So in that second one is sum of any two sides of the polygon, that means triangle, sum of the lengths of any two sides of the triangle. That means for example AB plus BC, if we are adding the length of AB plus length of BC we are doing, then the sum must be greater than to the third side AC. AB plus BC must be greater than to the AC, or else AB plus AC, AB plus BC and AC, AB plus AC must be greater than to the BC, and the or else we can take here. So this is the first one. Next, AB plus AC must be greater than to the BC, or else AC plus BC must be greater than to the AB. Understood? AB plus BC must be greater than to the AC. That means sum of any two sides of the lengths of the triangle must be greater than to the third side. Next, AB plus AC must be greater than to the BC, and AC plus BC must be greater than to the AB. Okay, so these are the properties we have in the sum, addition of the line segments or sides of the triangle. Next is the difference. Difference between the any two sides. Difference between the any two sides of the triangle must be less than to the third side. So by that we can say AB length minus BC length must be less than to the AC length. See here, we are taking the difference. Difference we can consider as the modulus also, not an issue. Difference in the sense smaller value to bigger value to smaller value. Larger value will be, smaller value will be subtracted from the larger value. So in this, which one is the greater we don't know. So that's why we are taking modulus. Next, AB minus AC must be less than to the BC. So any two sum difference must be less than to the third side. By that AC minus BC less than AB. So these conditions must be satisfied by a sides of the triangle. So if this condition is satisfied, then only we can form a triangle by using the measures of the given sides. Okay. Next point is we can take this as the third one. Fourth point is a triangle can have only one right angle. A triangle, maximum number of right angles in a triangle will be only one. So there is only one right angle can be formed. Only one right angle must be there in a triangle. The same way, only one obtuse angle also will be there. In a triangle, there will be only one obtuse angle and only one right angle will be there. Remaining two angles will be acute angles. Okay. These are the important properties we have in our textbook. Two angles are equal, then the sides opposite to them are equal. In a triangle, see, if two sides are opposite to them, that means if we are taking the isosceles triangle. In the isosceles triangle, if two angles are equal, see for example these two angles we are taking as equal. Angle B is the angle C if we are saying as equal. So by that AB must be equal to AC we should say. So if we are taking this as one more point, if angle B is equal to angle C if we are taking, then directly we can say as AB line segment is equal to AC line segment. How it will be means, if two angles are equal in a triangle, then its opposite sides will be equal. So this is isosceles triangle if we are considering. Then angle B and angle C are equal. Then opposite sides to these angles will be equal. So to the angle B, AC will be the opposite side, and to the angle C, AB will be the opposite side. So these two sides will be equal. This is the next point we have. And the last one we have as a, in equilateral triangle, all angles will be equal, and those are angle A is equal to angle B is equal to angle C is equal to 60 degrees will be there. If it is the equilateral triangle, then all angles will be equal to the 60 degrees. Okay, these are the properties of triangle we have. Next we have one more important property of the triangle, that is, I am taking the triangle ABC. Here we can say angle A, angle B and angle C are called as the interior angles. The angles which are inside of the space, inside of the bounded area is called as the interior angles. Now every polygon will have the exterior angle. How the exterior angle will come means, if among the three sides of triangle, if we are extending one, that means BC I am extending like this. Up to D I am extending. So here angle ACD we can form here. So this angle is called as the exterior angle of the triangle. Exterior angle is nothing but an angle is formed by extending one side of the triangle is called as the exterior angle. If you observe the triangle, we can get the three exterior angles. See, this one we can say as one exterior angle, and if we are extending this, we will get this as a exterior angle, and if we are extending this, then we will get this as the exterior angle. Okay, so triangle will have the three exterior angles and three interior angles. Quadrilateral will have the four exterior angles and four interior angles. Whatever the polygon we are taking, either it may be quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, or 20 sides polygon or n number of sides polygon, whatever you take, sum of exterior angles, sum of all exterior angles of a polygon is equal to 360 degrees. Whatever you take, whatever the number of sides of the polygon you take, but if we add all the exterior angles of any polygon, you will get the 360 degrees as answer. This is the important point you need to remember in the exterior angle. So what the exterior angle we discussed. Now interior angles and exterior angle, difference of the interior angle and exterior angle we know. Now this exterior angle will have a separate properties that see here I am giving the names. Angle 1 I am taking, this one angle 2 and this one angle 3 and this one exterior angle we are taking as the 4. So angle 4 is exterior angle. Angle 4 is exterior angle. So the exterior angle is always, before going to that, see this is the exterior angle. Whenever we are considering this as the exterior angle, so this to this exterior angle, angle 1 and angle 2 are called as the opposite interior angles. The same triangle I am once again I am drawing here. I am giving the names as 1, 2, 3 and let it be 4, 5 and 6. So to the angle 1, angle 4 and angle 5 are called as the opposite exterior angle, opposite interior angles. So I am taking ABC as the name of the triangle. Angle 1 is at vertex C. So what the interior angles will be there at angle A and angle B, those are called as the opposite interior angles to the angle 1. What are those? Opposite interior angles. Interior angles. And it is exterior angle. So to the angle 1, angle 4 and angle 4 are the opposite interior angles. To the angle 2, if we are considering, 2 is at A. So to the B and to the C, angle 5 and angle 6 are opposite interior angles. And to the angle 3 is at B. So we can consider angle 4 and angle 6 are opposite interior angles. So these are the opposite interior angles we have. Now what is the relationship between the exterior angle and to the opposite interior angles means, angle 4 is exterior angle we are taking. So angle 4 is always equal to, that means an exterior angle is always equal to sum of opposite interior angles. So by that we can say angle 1 is angle 4 is equal to, in this, angle 1 plus angle 2 we can say. Angle 4 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 2 we can say. Coming to this diagram, angle 1 we can say as angle 4 plus angle 5. So exterior angle 1 is the exterior angle, one side of exterior angle, so it is equal to these two. Or else angle 2 we can say as angle 5 plus angle 6. Or else we can say angle 3 is equal to angle 4 plus angle 6. It is a very important definition, that is exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite interior angles. So here I am writing that exterior angle is equal to exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite interior angles. So this is the very important property, we need to remember this. Okay, this is about the exterior angle property of the triangle. Next, some more important points we have, that is, a triangle cannot have more than one right angle and more than one exterior angle. A triangle cannot have more than one right angle and more than one obtuse angle. And in a right angle triangle, other one angle will be right angle and other two angles will be less than 90 degrees, that is acute angles. In obtuse angle triangle also, one angle will be more than 180 degrees, more than 90 degrees, and the remaining two angles will be acute angles. So there is the maximum chance to get one right angle as 1 and one obtuse angle as 1. Okay. This is about the properties of triangle, children. Based on this, we have the descriptive questions in our textbook. If possible, you can try those, or else I will explain in the next class. Okay. Thank you, children. Thank you very much. Please concentrate on the concept what we are discussing. For these examples also I will explain in the next class. Just remember this: exterior angle is equal to the sum of opposite interior angles. Okay. Thank you, children. Thank you very much.